Initially when this episode of the Twilight Zone was first being considered, a certain important actor was going to get the role. It was put together with the hopes Mickey Rooney would sign on. Now, although Mickey Rooney did the later Twilight Zone, Last Night of a Jockey, and did a night gallery, if he would have appeared in this episode, I think he would have won or nominated for an Emmy. He would have brought it to levels that, although Larry Blyden did a good job, doesn't compare to Mickey Rooney. Now, a nice place to visit is episode 28 of the American television anthology series, The Twilight Zone. It first aired on CBS on April 15th, 1960. The title comes from the saying, "It's a nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there." Now, in 1965, a slightly modified version of the story was broadcast on a radio program Theater 5, called The Land of Milk and Honey, episode number 154, which retained all of the important aspects of the episode, including the innuendos and the surprise ending. On November 14, 1935, the radio program The Fleischmann's Yeast Hour, hosted by Rudy Valley, broadcast a play titled The Other Place, starring Colin Clive and Leo G. Carroll. It was written by Joel Balderston and dealt with a similar theme. So John Brame directed a lot of the use of dark and shadow. Again, Charles Beaumont did the teleplay and the script, and Sebastian Cabot plays the mysterious Pip. Now, according to Rod Serling's opening narration, the portrait of a man at work, the only work he's ever done, the only work he knows. His name is Henry Francis Valentin, but he called himself Rocky because that's the way his life has been. Rocky and perilous and uphill and a dead run all the way. He's tired now. Tired of running or wanting or waiting for the breaks to come to others but never to him, never to Rocky Valentine. Now, after robbing a pawn shop, Rocky is shot in a gunfight by a police officer as he tries to flee. "You're not going to get me, coppers." He wakes up to find himself seemingly unharmed by the encounter as a genial, elderly, white-suited man named Pip greets him. Pip explains that he's been instructed to guide Rocky in the afterlife and give him whatever he desires. Rocky becomes suspicious, thinking that Pip is trying to swindle him, but Pip proves to have detailed information on Rocky's tastes and hobbies. Rocky demands that Pip hand over his wallet. Pip says he does not carry one, but gives $700 directly from his pocket and says he can provide as much money as Rocky wants. Thinking that Pip is trying to entice him to commit a crime, he holds him at gunpoint as the two travel to a luxurious apartment. Pip explains that the apartment and everything in it are free, and Rocky starts to relax and changes to an expensive suit. However, his suspicions rise again when a meal is brought in, and he demands that Pip taste it first to prove that it is not poison. When Pip demurs, claiming he's forgotten how to eat after not doing so for centuries, Rocky shoots him several times, but finds that his bullets have no effect. Rocky realizes that he is dead, and concludes that he's in heaven, and Pip is his guardian angel. As Pip says he can have anything he wants, Rocky asks for $1 million and a beautiful woman, and quickly has both requests fulfilled. Rocky visits a casino with 3 women, winning every bet he makes as beautiful girls gather around him, and enjoys being able to torment a policeman after Pip shrinks him. Later, Rocky asks Pip if he can see some of his old friends who have also died, but Pip says this world is for Rocky alone. Except for the 2 men, no one in it is real. When Rocky wonders what good deeds he could have done to gain entrance to heaven, Pip takes him to visit the Hall of Records. Rocky looks through his own life and discovers that it only contains a list of his crimes, but decides not to worry about it. Pip departs, saying he can be reached by telephone as needed. 1 month later, Rocky's become bored with everything, having everything, and he's all of his whims instantly satisfied. He wins every game in the casino, and the women do anything he wants. He calls Pip, who instantly appears, and asks for a challenge where he might be able to run the risk of losing. Pip offers to arrange for him to lose once in a while at the casino, but Rocky dismisses the idea as he would know what to set up. Pip suggests robbing a bank, but Rocky quickly abandons that idea as well, since a pre-planned outcome would take the thrill of the crime. Deciding he will go insane if he stays in a stifling paradise even one more day, Rocky asks Pip to send him to the other place, insisting he does not belong in heaven. Pip retorts, "Heaven? Whatever gave you the idea you're in heaven, Mr. Valentine? This is the other place." Pip then laughs heartily as he watches a now horrified Rocky unsuccessfully try to escape his paradise. According to Serling's closing narration, a scared, angry little man who never got a break now is everything he's ever wanted, and he's going to have to live with it for eternity in the Twilight Zone. Now, there's a Night Gallery episode with John Aston, where basically this hippie goes to hell, but for him, it's hell, but for other person, it's heaven. Like a family showing their slides, and a guy talking with the group and all that. Now, Mickey Rooney was the first choice to play Valentine. In a memo to Rod Serling, Beaumont proposed, should Rooney not be available, that Serling considered playing the part. He declined and Rooney became unavailable. Rooney later guest starred in The Last Night of a Jockey. Now, guest star Cabot had to bleach his hair white for a role. It took 3 months for the actor's hair to return to his original dark color. I think it was some kind of a metallic, coloring agent. Now, a nice place to visit was singled out for his brazen sexual innuendo. Program practice requested Valentine not refer to a girl as a broad, really stacked, even though the crudity was essential in establishing the unsavory qualities of the character. Nor could the protagonist refer to a party as a ball, because that word had more than one meaning. In another sequence, a voluptuous young lady tends to Valentine's every need, then says, "Is there anything else I can do for you?" CB says, "Comment, please be certain that the girl's third speech be delivered in a sweet manner, as described." Now, the unreleased They Might Be Junks giant song Hello Hotel is based on A Nice Place to Visit. According to producer Bill Krause, the song references the episode's plot and lead actor Sebastian Cabot. Now, Donald Trump, of all people, has said this episode of The Twilight Zone inspired his philosophy of success, commenting, "I fight hard for victory, and I think I enjoyed it as much as I ever did, but I realized that maybe new victories wouldn't be the same as the first couple." This has nothing to do with the plot of the episode. That's just Trump being, an idiot, which he is 24/7. Now, the idea that a robot episode of Futurama begins with the main characters watching an episode of The Scary Door, a parody of The Twilight Zone. It begins with a man named Clyde Smith in a casino where he always wins. It also includes nods to other episodes, including The Fever, He's Alive, The Man in the Bottle, and Nightmare at 20,000 Feet. Now, the episode in The Sopranos called Chasing It refers to the plot of this TZ presentation. Now, the NBC comedy The Good Place has similar concepts of a bad afterlife disguised as a good one, and an afterlife of excessive boredom. So, whether you believe in hell or heaven or in between, basically what is your heaven with other people's hell. For example, my heaven would be a whole assemblage of different stuff, maybe a good Nikon camera, a good game to cover, good note-taking, a nice computer to write it on, sort of, expand my skills. Like a DJ would want to meet Paul McCartney in heaven, or, Elvis, or Buddy Holly, or whatever. But this really scared me as a young child, because basically I got the plot right away. I knew it was the fucking devil, and this guy didn't catch on. I thought it was some kind of moronic genius. I knew right away, but the problem is Dad said, from the first part, it can't be heaven, because in heaven you do good deeds. In hell you promote your bad deeds, and the boredom kicks in, because if you follow evil all the time, it gets boring. But if you do good work, it's hard. It's hard work. So ladies and gentlemen, I give this 3 stars out of 4. As we like to say in Northern New Brunswick, 3 full ATMs out of 4. If you're liking what you're doing here, we're a Twilight Zone podcast. Let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. By the way, just a general reminder, we're nearing 3,000 subscriptions or subs on the channel. If you can do that by August. The goal for the channel of 2024 was around 2,700 level. Well, we've passed that, so the new goal by the end of the year is 3,200. And this is similar to my print subscription numbers for my old paper in Dalhousie, New Brunswick, Dalhousie News. So anybody that adds on, it gives me a good reminder when we had rural weeklies, or somewhat urban weeklies, of 3,000 copies serving 20,000 people. That was saturation. So if you can add to that celebration of this form of positive reportage, let me know again with a subscription or a sub or a comment. Let me know what your favorite Twilight Zone episode is, and we can do a review of it. And I promise, unless it's the final season of Twilight Zone, we'll give it a good review. Thanks for listening. And basically, if you have a chance, Zachari's book on Twilight Zone, the companion book, pick it up. Some interesting essays in there. Have a good one.